people who are doing the constructions are not ordinary people.
The challenge is that all our approaches have been ad hoc, so there's lack of continuity and there's also lack of ownership.
A lot of actions has not been done over the years.
They give us time, we'll dredge the Sakumono, and then it will be safe haven, there will be no flooding.
Disaster management is a whole range of activity. The first phase of it, people don't see. That is the phase that people don't see. But that is the most critical stage of disaster management, prevention.
Across Ghana, Ramsar sites, internationally designated wetlands, are locked in a losing battle. A battle against urban sprawl, apathy, and unchecked corruption.
The whole township will flood because they are called this. Yeah, look at what somebody put somebody and investing for what? Look at the place. So before you allow, they go and give money to the people, and then they say before they come and demolish it. You allow the people to be before you come and say that you are coming to demolish it. What kind of they happen in this country? Look at the high tension, and they allow someone to put a building there and they freeze the whole place, and then one for the whole place is flooding and nobody cares.
Ghana is home to 6 Ramsar sites, ecological sanctuaries meant to shelter wildlife, support migratory birds, and offer communities a connection to nature. In Accra alone, 3 of the once thriving wetlands, Sakumo, Densu Delta, and Songo, now stand over 70% encroached, according to the Forestry Commission.
We are losing our wetlands. So when you continuously lose your wetlands, when the water gathers, and as you are losing your wetlands, you are also losing your. We are also losing our lands where water could seep. But now when it rains, it gathers because there's no way for the water to seep. We are sitting on a time bomb. If we lose all our Ramsar sites and all our wetlands, I can assure you, areas that you think are not part of flood areas will get flooded. It's not far from now.
Take Sakumo Ramsar site, also known as Sakumo Lagoon, once home to hundreds of bird species and buffer against flooding. It spans 1,365 hectares with a catchment zone of 27,634 hectares, ranked the 3rd most important site for shorebirds on Ghana's coast. It was officially protected under the Ramsar Convention in June 1988, with management handed to the Forestry Commission in 1992. Today, what remains is cement, steel, and smoke. Hundreds of acres lost, the ecosystem dismantled.
All these things we are talking about, people who are doing the constructions are not ordinary people. They are people with connections and people with resources.
A previous crackdown by the Greater Accra Regional Minister stalled. A later administration revived the fight, and for once, mansions fell.
I am a public servant. Why would they attack me? Because they know that per the information I have on the grounds, I'm the only person. If they target me, they will be able to have their way. I keep warning them that where you are building is wrong.
Why have we gotten here? That is the question. Sometimes I don't blame them. My dear, people who are concerned to allow this to happen, they are the people we have to blame. Where are the engineers, the planners, what have you? Where are they? What are their duties at the assemblies, various assemblies? I mean, for you to sit and allow this to this level,
But even before the dust settled, new structures began rising. These wetlands are not just bird sanctuaries. They are natural flood buffers, fisheries, climate shades, and cultural routes. Most of Sakumo, stretching to Klagon, is now commercial and residential land.
If there were clear demarcations after the earlier engagement with the past governments, that everyone knows that this is the boundary, no trespassing, I think we wouldn't be here at this time. Because anybody who tries to cross knows that you are crossing at your own risk. But this is the point where there are no clear stated boundaries. The person who land is being sold to also won't ask. Will be compared to build. Later for him to be told that this is a red zone, which there were no visible signs for him to know.
The Densu Delta, another wetland within Accra, has also been heavily encroached. Right behind me within the Wejagba municipality, stretching all the way to Glefe in Dansoman within the Ablekuma West municipality, is an officially designated area as part of the Densu Delta Ramsar site. This protected wetland was meant to preserve biodiversity and acts as natural buffer against flooding. Sadly, over the years, encroachment has taken over, leading to heavy flooding on the main Kasua-Accra highway and also parts of Dansoman. What used to be a river here at Glefe in Dansoman within the Ablekuma West municipality is now a landfill.
About 3 assemblies are within the Densu Basin, which include Ablekuma West, Ablekuma North, and Wejagbawe. So under the Gary project, plans are far advanced to the second phase will start, where you do the excavation of the place. Currently, between 70 to 80% of the place have been encroached.
But whose responsibility is it to protect wetlands?
The Act is the mandate, the source of authority for NADMO's actions and operations. So we normally take actions or conduct our operations in accordance with what the Act says or allows us to do. So if you look at the authority or the power to be able to demolish, yes, NADMO is allowed to demolish only when it's approved or consented by the administrative authority in that catchment area.
As stated by the Land Use Act 925, the law is very clear. If you don't have the core members, NADMO, Environmental Protection Authority, who are not in the assembly, representative of the Lands Commission who are not at the assembly, fire service, you don't take a decision. With the wetland issue, I think I will look at it more of a systemic failure. Systemic failure because you realize that instead of the institutions working together, they end up blaming each other.
Hope glimmers in Songo and Keta Ramsar site. Crops still flourish, birds still find sanctuary, but the threat looms.
We are trying to protect the wetlands in Adan East here. Some of our challenges we are facing is one is people trying to divert wetlands and to do developmental project, residential, trying to build within the wetlands.
So Keta Lagoon Completion Society currently is fairly intact, but it is seriously under threat if measures are not put in place to protect this very important Ramsar site, that is, which is a key biodiversity area, an important bird area, and of course a Ramsar site. If measures are not put in place, we may end up losing this Ramsar site also.
MP for Ketu South, which has wetlands, and unfortunately, for some strange reason, people are filling these wetlands, including the ones that are Ramsar sites, and building on them, making construction. And in an era where we have climate change and global warming, that is a disaster waiting to unfold. I'm not sure that those who are looking on to have construction go on in these restricted areas are aware of the consequences of their inactions.
Muni Pumazi and Amanzuli still offer promise. But what happens after Sakumu and Densu Delta have been encroached?
The waterway that the rain collects and falls to the, the sea is silted. So what we need is dredging, heavy dredging that can lead to the Sakumo. And when it gets to the Sakumono itself is silted. So when the rain falls, it spread to community 3 and all the environs. But it is not a water collection point. So what we are begging government to do is, people are built already. There are places which are core, heavily under siege. That one, if there's a demolition, no, fine. But there are a lot of places which are proper dry lands. So the government must liaise with the various chiefs on those lands, and then with the assembly, together with the assembly, do some form of regularization. So wherever anybody land to be regularized will be seen by the assembly that it's a good place. Then the person will be giving, a document whereby government also can collect something and then help, do the other developmental projects in Ghana for us.
When you put up a structure where you are not supposed to put it, there is only one thing. Because we cannot serve your interest with the detriment of the whole society. And so you have to be taken off in the interest of the majority. Demolition is not done to punish anybody. Demolition is not done because people are wicked and they just want to destroy other people's property. Demolition is done for the sake of the rest of the community, to ensure that there's safety, to ensure that nature remains how it was planned, to support human life and other forms of life that exist in the ecosystem.
Yes, people must live, but the ecology must also live, because when we destroy the ecology, it comes back to hunters. It's always said that human beings and environment are intertwined, and when the environment suffers, human beings bear the negative consequences of that. So it's about this reason that we need to do something about it now. We need to go by the law, we need to enforce the law, we need to let the law take its own course. I know it's a very difficult situation because people have invested their whole life into it. The point is that if you leave it there now, we lost the ecology. It's a critical environment, a critical ecological system that we need.
It's wrong that because of voting for a party, you hold the nation to ransom. You do the wrong thing, and then when we take a decision to come and destroy it, you shout, have mercy on us, and government should compensate you, and government should find a... No. Knowing that it's wrong and doing it is a reason why you don't need to be asking for leniency. We all need to do the right thing in this country. There's a certain divide that has been created in our country where you think that politicians need to do things right and the rest of the Ghanaians, what should we be doing? The wrong thing? No. I think that if you're building in waterways, in Ramsar sites, and so on, you're part of the problem.
After the entire exercise, after we've demolished the entire structures, we are going to hire some equipment to come and take care of the place, and then we are going to reshape the entire place and then hand over the site to the forestry department to make sure that they green the entire place for us. So that is what we intend doing.
We have 3 Ramsar sites in Greater Accra. We have the Densu Delta, the Songo Lagoon, and then the Sakuma Lagoon. The focus is here. The Densu Delta, I'm told by Town and City Planning that is 95% gone. Do you know about this?
I'm very much aware. The fact that we started here doesn't mean that we are ending here. It's a process. And so right from here, we'll visit other places to make sure that all the illegal structures will be done.
Would there be any compensations?
As for that one, my dear, I'm not sure there will be any compensation because the people are very much aware that this is a Ramsar site. A Ramsar site are reserve site. And so why would you even come and build here?
With care, these wetlands could become ecotourism powerhouses, creating jobs, reducing poverty, and boosting climate resilience.
So these crabs you see were harvested from the Adansongo Ramsar sites, and these children you see says this is what they do every day to be able to raise some money to go back to school. How much do you make?
They make like 100 cedi.
Do you have more of these crabs in the forest?
Yes.
There are lots.
There are plenty.
There are plenty?
Yes.
But every acre lost is a future lost. Protection must go beyond policy. It requires passion, enforcement, and community commitment. Our wetlands are not just swamps, they are life, culture, and our future. Will we watch them vanish or rise to protect them?
Authorities say they remain resolute in restoring the integrity of the Ramsar sites. Well, the coming few days will be crucial in determining how these demolition exercises will be carried out.
Joseph Armstrong, Good Alubu TV3.
La 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 la.